Testing, testing. Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome to a long overdue episode of Global Cap FX. We're gonna go ahead and keep this video short and sweet. Uh, just wanna, fine tune my ability to educate by just sticking to this one trade that I made some profit on and currently floating. And then, I just want to make sure that I am portraying the images that I have in my head as precisely and as absorbable as possible. So we're just going to go ahead and stick to this one trade. If you have any questions, go ahead and send me a comment on the YouTube section of this video, and I'll go ahead and answer when I got some time. But real quick, let's take a look at the weekly time frame. As you can see, prices made higher highs and higher lows. Okay, now taking a look at these resistance and support lines, you can see here that price every time coming into this area has had trouble going above and closing above. You can see by the bodies of these candles that it has always closed below this point, with the exception of these three candles here. But if we were to go over into the monthly time frame, for example, we would probably see a long wick, something like this, that is ultimately another rejection. You see a three candle formation like that, it's usually a wick in another time frame. So moving on, we are going to stay in this general area of where our line is. Okay, and considering the fact that this has been a pretty solid area of resistance, we're going to set our line here. And the reason why I'm not putting it above here is because, once again, price did penetrate above, but ultimately before closing for the week came back below this point. Okay, now as you can see, these lines right right here and right there, those support and resistance lines resemble last week's highs and lows. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on and drop down into the 30-minute time frame so that we can show you what encouraged me to get into this trade. All right, so really quick, this box right here, obviously you did not see it in the daily or the weekly time frame. Reason being is because we want to keep our charts as clean and as visible, legible as possible. So there are certain tools that you'll see as we go um, that aren't visible in the higher time frames for the sake of keeping the chart clean. Okay, so let's go ahead and drop down to the 30-minute time frame. Now, as you can still see our weekly range from last week's highs. Price penetrated above and then came back into the zone. Did it once again. After that, created another engulfing candle going back to the downside. Now, if you missed this opportunity here, that's fine. There were a couple of opportunities to get in. One of them was here, but obviously I wasn't paying attention. But price will always give us new opportunities, and that's why FOMO, the fear of missing out, is just an illusion, man. Because there will always be that next opportunity to make some profit. Okay, so price In the 30-minute time frame, what I like to do is look for price action areas, and as you can see in these areas here, that price has proven to bounce off of this really quick with no second thoughts. So what we did here, looking at this general area here, around, let's see, it was around 4:30. I wasn't quite up yet, but price decided to make an impulsive move up outside of this range that we had here, creating a reaction to the problem that we had. So we're not trading inside of this problem here. We're going to wait for it to react first so that we can locate the solution. Now, when price impulsed back up here, ironically enough, what it did is that it came back to this price action area where price once again has proven to bounce off real quick, creating some momentum. So once price came back into the zone and closed with this blue candle, providing an engulfing candle. Once it provided an engulfing candle from the previous black one, we made our entry here. We, from a targeting standpoint, we are looking for price to come to this price action area here with the potential of creating new lows, finding some other areas of price action where liquidity can be gathered to go back to the upside. Okay, so I hope that all made sense. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and I'll be happy to answer for you. But biggest thing here is the biggest thing that causes people to lose out in trading is to feel like they're missing out on an opportunity, so therefore they get in before they're supposed to. Uh, there's always going to be another opportunity for you to capitalize in the market. So understanding that, just be patient. Um, there will be impulsive moves that hindsight you think that you should have gotten in, but don't be too hasty. Wait for that retest or wait for price to come back into a price action area so that you can maximize your risk to reward ratio. Don't just jump in like the majority of these sheep. And please believe when I say sheep, I used to be one of those guys. Fear of missing out when you're new and you don't know what you're doing. It's almost like the market's trying to attack you, but in reality, it's an illusion. So understand that there's always going to be that next opportunity. All right, y'all. Be blessed. Thanks for listening, and make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.